I look at guys like I think the best example is Fred Couples. Fred Couples never did a workout in his entire life, never took care of himself in that way. He kind of just showed up and played golf.
Yep.
When he got to be in his 30s into his 40s, he had some major back issues, to the point where we had to have multiple surgeries. And so you're not just talking about golf, but you're talking about quality of life.
Correct.
You know, like the torso, the hip, those, they help your golf game. Yeah. But they also help your quality of living. They help you in other areas of life that you're not thinking of initially.
Yeah. And golf is a lifetime sport. You know, I mean, it's the type of sport that you can, if you do it right and learn to do it right from a young age, then you can develop those skills in a way that they'll benefit you for the rest of your life, in business and whatever. So
yeah, and even if you don't, I had a friend down in New York who didn't pick up a club until he was in his mid-20s. Yeah, but he's an accountant. Yeah. And when you're an accountant, you play in a lot of corporate outings. So when your boss says, "Hey, do you want to go play in this outing?" It's to your advantage to be able to go say yes, because that's going to help you move up the ladder in your workplace. So he learned how to play golf literally for that reason, that he could go to corporate outings and play.
Well, no, I mean, not only that, but look at the golf tournaments we got asked to play in last summer.
They were awesome.
Yeah, it's great. So, but yeah, no, I think that's a really good point, and I think your point to torso rotation. So you said that you teach initially the torso rotation as a.
Yep, I'm a big Rory guy. I think Rory's golf swing is on tour the best, and it's not even really close. Mm-hmm. He is so flexible in his midsection, and that's how he hits it so far. He's not. I've stood next to Rory. Yeah, Pat, you're probably as tall as Rory McIlroy. I'm not joking. He's
better looking though.
Way better looking. Yeah, you don't have the accent, but way better looking. Yeah, and but he just kills the ball because he can rotate so far back. And then, I mean, a lot of people think, well, when you rotate back, the first thing to go is the golf club. The golf club actually is the last thing to come through on your golf swing. Right. You rotate those hips, you clear those hips out of the way, just like you would with a baseball swing. And then everything else follows.
So let's, so if I'm going to swing, here, okay. So, so when I swing, this is kind of how I swing. Yeah. That's how I. Yeah. Is that, what do I?
So if you watch the best players in the world, and I'm not saying we're gonna, but if you watch them, and that's the where you want to get close to, from their hips down, nothing moves.
Okay. So you're saying I move the upper body, keep that.
Yep.
Okay. And
then now obviously when you swing down and through, then you get your feet involved a little bit. Yep. And you pivot off of that front foot and turn and rotate. But I mean, if you watch backswing, their lower halves are so quiet, and they are just trying to rotate their upper body from the hips up.
All right. And I would guesstimate that probably correlates with injury prevention as well, because if you're there we go. If you're getting a lot of movement in both parts of that, you're actually pushing the tissue to both ends of its spectrum. But one of the things that I see a lot of actually is hip weakness on the front side gluteus medius. And I've worked with a lot of golfers. A guy a few years ago played in the Greater Bangor Open up here, and he actually sent me I can't even remember what he sent me, but he sent me an email, and then a couple days later in the mail, I got some a package of stuff, and he basically said, "I've been to a bunch of people, and you gave me 2 exercises, and it made my front hip stop hurting." And it's really sometimes just knowing what to look for and what patterns of sport is relevant to specific injuries. So.
Yeah, I think one of the most common injuries I saw, especially with people, middle-aged, even younger people, really are like muscle spasms in the lower back, just from lack of stretching, lack of pliability. And I always, it's one of the things I regretted not doing more of, is I would play around a golf and then I wouldn't stretch after, and just.
Well, I mean, a lot of the unilateral sports, like where you're working one side, in different ways than the other side, you've got this force generation component that you're almost going to have back injuries. It's more a matter of mitigating how severe they are when they happen. Because I think the nature of the sport being so one-sided and force driven to one side, back injuries kind of go along with it.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But I do believe very much in the concept of mitigating risk with that kind of stuff, and doing, when you're not playing golf, because you do play an asymmetrical sport, you really should be working on some things that kind of balance you out. The muscles that you're always lengthening and stretching, you should work on stabilizing. And the muscles that you're always tightening, you should work on stretching. And that's a very simple concept, but it can go a long way for a golfer or even a baseball player or any athlete.
Yep. I think you're right. I think there's a lot of sports where it comes into play.
Yep. But
yeah.
Anyway, so that's just that's some good concepts that I think are worth talking about. So anyway, I'll see you later, Matt.